15 lakh rupees debt, door-to-door spice sales. Now a 20 crore rupees business. The story of Govind Bhadu that will inspire everyone. Hello friends. Imagine a young boy who once didn't even have enough money to get his bicycle repaired. He earned a few hundred rupees a month by tutoring children in his village, and during scorching summers, he would fill packets of spices in a cloth bag and go door to door, walking dusty roads to sell them. Then came a phase when he found himself buried under 15 lakh rupees in debt. People taunted him, friends turned away, and relatives whispered behind his back, "He'll never make it." But today, that same boy is the owner of 3 companies, runs a business with an annual turnover of 20 crore rupees, and provides employment to over 100 people, supporting their families too. It sounds like a movie script, but it's the real-life story of Govind Bhadu, who rose from a small village in Rajasthan and, through hard work, determination, and sheer grit, proved that no matter how tough the circumstances, if your will is strong, success will find its way to you. Today, we'll dive deep into this inspiring story. But before we begin, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update on our latest videos. So let's get started without any delay. Govind Bhadu was born in a small village named Khajwala, located about 100 kilometers from Bikaner in Rajasthan. He came from a modest farming family, where agriculture was the only source of income. His father worked in the fields, while his mother was a homemaker. The financial situation at home was far from stable. Growing up in such an environment, Govind realized early on that if he wanted to achieve something big, he would have to carve his own path. He had no business mentor, no large capital to start with, but what he did have was an unshakable belief that he could do something different, something meaningful. Govind Bhadu started his first business at an age when most kids are only busy playing. One day, while visiting a video game center with a friend, he noticed that the old gaming setup was charging 10 rupees per hour and still doing decent business. That struck a chord. He quickly realized that if an outdated setup could earn that much, there was definite potential in it. Using his limited savings, he bought an old video game machine and started his own tiny center, charging 7 rupees per hour. This was his first entrepreneurial venture, and it began generating a small but encouraging income. With that money, he even started a comic book selling side hustle. After completing 12th grade, he moved to Bikaner to learn computers. But with no regular financial support, he had to manage his own expenses. So, he started giving tuitions to children, earning around 1,000 rupees a month. But even while studying, his mind was always working on new business ideas. He kept thinking, what could bring a real change to his life? This constant curiosity and hunger for something bigger kept driving him forward. Khajwala, the area Govind Bhadu comes from, is located near the India-Pakistan border in Bikaner. During that time, the country was under the shadow of the Kargil War, and the region had a heavy military presence. Govind saw an opportunity where others saw tension. He thought, why not start an STD/PCO booth for the soldiers and local people who needed communication access? Pooling in his savings and partnering with a friend, he set up a PCO booth, and within just 6 to 8 months, they managed to earn 3 to 4 lakh rupees. But Govind knew deep down that this wasn't a long-term solution. This wouldn't help him achieve the big dream he had. Wisely, he handed over the business to his partner and moved on. Using the earnings from the STD business, he stepped into the spice trade. Govind personally sourced spices from factories, packed them, and then went from shop to shop selling them. The work was physically exhausting: sun, dust, sweat, and long hours. Still, he tirelessly pitched his product at every store. Many times, shopkeepers would delay payments, sometimes for 2 to 3 months, But Govind didn't give up. After that, he tried his hand at printing services, then ventured into 𝐮𝐻𝐽𝐻 trading. Every attempt brought limited success, but none gave him the breakthrough he truly sought. Yet, he never stopped trying. He knew that somewhere out there, his big opportunity was waiting. At that point, Govind Bhadu decided to form a company with a few close friends. Their goal was to launch FMCG products into the market, a bold step toward building something big. To fund the business, he took a 5 lakh rupees loan against his father's farmland, added his own savings, and borrowed money from friends. They set up a large office, built a team of 20 people, and threw themselves into the work with full passion. Initially, things seemed promising. But as time passed, expenses kept rising while revenue started falling. Pressure began mounting, and eventually, they had to shut down the company. When the business collapsed, Govind was left with a debt of 15 lakh rupees. He found himself cornered. Running his household became difficult, and to survive, he had to sell his bike. He endured taunts from relatives, rejection from friends, and judgment from society, with people saying things like, "This boy will never amount to anything." The air around him was filled with hopelessness. But in that darkest moment, his father shared a lesson that reignited his spirit. He said, "When we sow seeds in the farm, we care for them for 6 months. Sometimes we get a good harvest, sometimes we don't, but do we ever stop farming?" That one line touched Govind's heart deeply and became the spark that brought him back to life. He decided to start again, this time with a new idea. Around that time, induction cookers were just entering the market. Govind began sourcing them in bulk from big cities and started selling them directly to local shops and customers. Slowly, the business picked up, and he began earning a decent profit. His confidence returned. Next, he ventured into health-related products, especially those connected to biomagnetic therapy. These products caught people's attention, and once again, Govind Bhadu's business was back on track. In 2010, he opened his own office in Delhi and began distributing his products nationwide. By 2014, he had listed his brand on Amazon and Flipkart, and that's when his digital revenue started flowing in. With a rise in online orders, his business gained real momentum. He eventually paid off the 15 lakh rupees debt and then expanded into the mining sector, where he also found success. Today, Govind Bhadu owns 3 companies, manages 7 brands, and leads a team of over 100 people. His annual turnover has crossed 20 crore rupees. And the most remarkable part? He achieved all this without any big investor, no godfather, and no external backing. It was his courage, determination, and relentless hard work that turned his dreams into reality. Govind Bhadu's story teaches us that failures are just milestones, not the final destination. The one who rises after every fall is the true winner. His journey is a powerful reminder that real strength doesn't lie in the outside world, but within us. No matter how tough the circumstances are, if our intentions are strong and our spirit unshaken, we can overcome any obstacle. His life is living proof that with determination, resilience, and self-belief, even the most impossible dreams can be turned into reality.
Taught you something new. Do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.